Here we go. Starting the show in 3, 2, 1, go. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us Under the Library. This is an actual play Call of Cthulhu podcast where we actually play. Our story is created collaboratively in the moment with no scripts and no financial support. So, if you would like to help out with some of that financial support, head over to underthelibrary.com/support. There you'll find links to the Snake's Oil, our first module, and our Patreon account. Again, that's underthelibrary.com/support. And if you're a tabletop RPG gamer looking to get more out of your gaming experience, check out our other show. It's called Up Your RPG and can be found wherever you get your podcasts. My name's Arthur. I'm playing Buddy. Once again, we have a pretty small crew tonight. So I am joined by Emily as Collette, Rick playing Sam, and as usual, our keeper. His name's Michael. Michael, the show is yours.
Hey, Under the Library is a horror tabletop role-playing game set in the Call of Cthulhu universe, featuring horror and other unsettling imagery. Not safe for Scott is your signal the following information will be graphic. If you're concerned, skip ahead, but stay with us. And on that note, if you often mix up your spouse's name with their sibling, you're probably in the right place.
Oh, God.
And I'll turn it over to Emily with last episode's recap.
All right. So Sam leaves Elroy's room at the motel to talk with Buddy and Collette, and they discuss the possibility of going to Bloodstone. Later in the conversation, Henry overhears Sam talking about exploding heads and confronts him, chasing him off at gunpoint. Buddy and Collette leave to visit Dr. Gardner, and on the drive, Collette admits she's tired of living the life of a fugitive. When they arrive, Ellen, the assistant, engages Buddy in conversation made awkward by her extreme nervousness as Collette, alias Lulu, heads in the back with the doctor. Their conversation quickly stalls as Collette asks very specific questions while refusing to share any information about her situation. In the meantime, Sam drives back to the farm and his family. He retrieves the bike from the back of his truck and leaves it on the porch as he enters the house. Cheryl is nowhere to be found, but little Amos, is thrilled to finally receive his new bike. Sam finally finds Cheryl on the back porch and proposes a family vacation to Bloodstone, to New Bloodstone, South Dakota.
And in between this episode and last episode, Sam died. So Rick will have a new character. Rick, you want to tell us about your new character, or we'll just meet him in a little bit?
No, I'm going to be playing little Amos, who's so excited to be going up to Bloodstone, but mourning his father's passing. What humor we can find. No, we're good.
Did I? Okay.
He's got a new bike. He doesn't care that much.
I'm going to be playing Rachel. I don't know.
Amos rode off into the sunset in his new bike.
Yep. He doesn't care about anybody else now.
Okay, I think we will hop right back to Dr. Gardner and Collette. We left off with Collette saying what to Dr. Gardner?
The last thing Collette said to Dr. Gardner was, "What's your relationship to the facility?"
She stares back at you. And as y'all know, for Dr. Gardner, this would be totally out of character. She looks back at you, Collette, and she says, "I wish that whole damn place would just go away."
Me too.
As she does, she drops her pin on a metal countertop behind her, and I need you to make a sand roll on that note, Collette.
Yeah. I think that's that 12 is probably fine.
Okay. And you tense. You feel all the muscles kind of all the way up your neck tense. The last time you've been in a medical facility was
wasn't a great time.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I was there,
And I don't have words for that. I want you to know that. But I want you to know you're safe here.
Essentially, what I'm trying to figure out is if they did anything to me, if anything is different. I've heard rumors, I've heard stories, I have my own spotty memories, and
Wait. Can I stop you?
Yes.
Are you saying you went in there pregnant and you left and you weren't?
She's looking very uncomfortable and grimacing and says, yes.
Okay. And everything y'all know from Dr. Gardner, Collette wouldn't, but everything y'all know, Dr. Gardner's pretty unflappable, and you just see her whole face fall, and it's like her eyes are cursing. I mean, she's trying everything not to be livid on the exterior.
Well, then Colette's eyes are getting pretty big.
She goes, those fuckers.
What do you know? What do you know? Do you know something?
I don't. There's strange things all the time, but whatever it is, it's not right. So she puts all her stuff down and she comes back over to you this time, and she starts just kind of like pressing on you. She's checking your glands like next to your throat. She goes, do you remember anything?
I remember, and I won't relay it all, but I'll tell her the bits of the room that I remember laying on the table. The one conversation that I do remember when they told me that I had miscarried, and everything else is a blur. And at the end, I will say, I remember being injected with a liquid, and that's why I asked for the blood test. They injected me with something purple.
And so she's flipping over your arms at this point. She's like looking to see if she can see any scars anywhere. And she goes, where did they inject you?
Yes, Keeper, where did they inject me? Like upper arm?
Sure.
Okay.
You can tell me. It's your memory.
Great.
Is that where they injected you?
Yeah. Okay. Or how about like I don't
know. She pointed to her neck. She went for the neck injection.
Upper arm's fine.
Okay. And she's like, are you okay if I raise your sleeve and look at your arm?
Yes.
And so she looks and she rubs, but she can't see anything. And she's like, are you okay if I like check your abdomen?
Yes.
And so she's like, she's pressing, she's just kind of doing her routine, and she goes, why don't we do this? I'll take some blood here and take a look at it in the back. And I don't know what we're looking for here. I can't promise anything, but at least while you're here, I'll look.
I want to ask you for one more thing. This isn't my memory and this isn't my knowledge, but some of my compatriots knew somebody that came back from the facility with what they called a transmissible virus, like something that could be passed from person to person. And I mean, can you tell if I have something like that?
And she looks at you and she says, if I didn't know otherwise, I'd tell you you were perfectly healthy. There's nothing about you that says you're ill in any way. And of all the things I've heard of, I haven't heard of anything being transmitted, though I've seen some awfully sick people, but you don't seem sick at all.
I don't feel sick. I'm so paranoid now. The more that I find out, the more I wonder what I don't remember. I have another question. Her trust for Dr. Gardner is growing pretty quickly, obviously, and she's just letting more things come to the surface. The person that recommended you, Sam Wagoneer, do you know him well?
And she chuckles slightly. That like brings a smile to her face. She goes, everybody knows Sam.
Do you trust him?
Do I trust Sam? Well, I mean, do I think he means any harm? No. Do I think he makes the best choices? No.
Do you trust him to tell you the truth?
I'm gonna roll on that here. I think so. I mean, it's probably the truth as Sam sees it. I wouldn't take it as gospel. I wouldn't take it as a science textbook, but I think it's probably as truthful as Sam can be.
I don't even know why I'm saying all of this. For some reason, I trust you. I am panicking, but I don't want to start a panic. And I don't know if I just met him and Sam told me about this virus. And in the same conversation, he told me he was lying about parts of the things that he said. And I just don't know if the part about the virus is true, because if it is, it's horrific.
Miss Lulu, I don't want to say Sam's lying about the virus, because certainly there's strange things happening around here all the time. However, I don't know how much you know about Sam's past, but he's prone to, let's just say, some dark fantasies.
I should retcon that Sam never said it was a virus. He said it was infectious.
And I haven't seen anything come through here that would validate his concerns.
Well, if there's any way you can look for that too, I don't even know what to ask for. Just tell me I'm not going to die with
we all die, honey. We all die. And with that,
but their heads explode. Oh, that's fine.
We'll cut over.
That's fine.
We'll cut over to the waiting room with Buddy.
Oh no. Here we go. Awkward conversation. Let's go.
And she's just kind of, you get the sense, Buddy, that she's essentially there to keep you busy or to keep an eye on you. But and she's not trying to make extra small talk if you don't want to.
Okay. Are there magazines there? Is it that kind of waiting room? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so his buddy's going to pick up like a, I don't know, Reader's Digest or whatever the hell the magazine was.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Sure. A little Reader's Digest.
Yes.
No, you know what? I'll give you this, buddy.
Uh-oh.
There's an Action Comics on there.
Oh, sick. Okay, yeah, buddy's definitely reading that. 100%.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's just sitting there reading and, trying to hear if there's a conversation that he can hear. But, when I rolled before, it seemed, maybe they're just out of earshot, so I can't hear it. That's fine.
No, you rolled to see if you could get closer. Make a listen roll. We'll see if anything happens here.
Oh, shit.
There might have been a raised voice or two.
Yeah.
That's a hard success.
Okay, so you heard parts of it. You heard like the fuck them. You heard Dr. Gardner kind of curse out loud at them. You would have heard pieces of Collette talking about being pregnant and then the baby not being there. And I think probably the end pieces too about her wanting a blood test, I think would be, makes sense.
Okay. And that's nothing that Buddy was not already aware of, right, Collette?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've known all that. So nothing.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything in that conversation probably Buddy wouldn't have known, right?
Although Buddy may have the impression now that we can trust Dr. Gardner.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah, you could take that.
And Dr. Gardner doesn't know that there's somebody wearing a uniform of the facility that she said, fuck the facility about sitting in her waiting room.
Yeah, and I mean, Buddy wouldn't take offense to that because he very much, sort of feels the same way now.
Right. No, I just meant I'm thinking about Dr. Gardner's. Oh, wait, she did see you.
Yeah, she did see me.
She came out to the waiting room. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
All right. And then I would just say, even while you're reading, though, you kind of every so often slip your hand under your coat. Not like it's going anywhere, but just like when you have something and it's constantly on your mind and you want to check to make sure it's still there.
Yep.
Just like if you had a $10,000 in that pocket, you'd always be checking that letter's kind of.
At some point, probably when he finishes the comic, he would leave it open and maybe page a couple pages back so that it's still wide open, and reach in, take the envelope out, open it up, look at it, think for a minute, close it back up. Because I'm picturing an envelope folded in half.
Oh, yeah.
So open it up, look at it, fold it back up, put it back in the pocket.
Okay.
Not quite ready yet.
Okay. And we'll cut over to Sam.
Oh, this could be fun.
Yes, it will be. And so, where are we in relation to where we left off? Immediately thereafter.
So you go to hand her this. You go to hand her this pamphlet. And can you make another sand roll for me?
It's gonna be so good.
Oh, yeah, there we go, baby. That's what I needed there.
That's the expression we wanted to see.
That's what I needed.
Oh my God, is Sam really not going to Bloodstone?
Sam, you get your yes, and I get my and. So here we go.
Oh, okay. I have a question to ask. Can you critically fail a sanity roll? Is that a thing?
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yeah.
So a 99 isn't a good thing to get.
Oh, Sam!
Oh, this is going to be great. Oh. Michael is just aglow. Look at him. He doesn't know what to do with himself.
At some point, this sequence will become not safe for Scott, but we'll wait and let y'all know when. Tell me what and maybe this is, I don't know if your mustard gas visions, when the mustard gas went off, what did you see?
Well, that's a great question. I I guess the thing I would probably have initially is we were charging across the fields, and this is maybe the first time they were used, or we weren't accustomed to it, and initially thought they were just maybe artillery smoke blowing out towards us. I then noticed sort of a burning, stinging smell, hot, sort of sulfury smells, followed by more explosions, and then we started to notice our eyes and our nose and our throats started to burn, started to vomit and cough, blood starts dripping out of our noses. I'm trying to yell to the man next to me, but my voice is hoarse and closing up. I'm getting short of breath. I'm starting to cough, and then more explosions start going off, and one goes off a couple yards away from me, and I'm splashed on the side of my face and my neck with sort of this potent liquid that immediately starts to burn, and I kind of collapse on the ground, writhing in pain. And next thing I remember is just me yelling medic, or hearing somebody yell medic. Who knows? I don't know if I was able to even get the words out. And then waking up bandaged with blurry vision for weeks thereafter.
All right. So as you hold it out, the pamphlet, Cheryl strikes a match to light a cigarette, and the sulfuric fumes of the match hit your nose, right? And it automatically sends you into the field, and you see Cheryl's face, and there's blood coming out of her nose, right? And she's talking to you, but you can't hear her. You just hear the screams of the men on the battlefield as they're running around.
Yep.
And you feel the burn. And the next thing you know, you kind of go through this whole vision. You wake up. You've lost 8 points of sanity damage. You have no idea how much time has passed. You're sitting on the porch with your back up against the wall, and Amos is shaking you awake. And he says, Dad! Dad! Dad!
Hey, Amos, is that you?
Dad?
Where are we?
What's wrong with Mom?
Where's Mom?
Dad, what's wrong with Mom?
Where's she at? And I'll open my eyes and I'll try and focus. I'm guessing it's blurry, and I try and land my eyes on Amos, and I'm wiping them because I guess they sting, probably, or at least they feel like they do. And I said, what are you talking about, Amos? Your mom was right here.
And as you look over, she was like sitting on a swing, like not a swing, like a wooden I'm trying to think. There's the chain swings that like are attached to the roof.
Those slidey benches.
Yeah, the slidey. She's like on a wooden slidey bench.
Yeah.
And she was, the last time you saw her, she was sitting there, and all you can see now is a hand hanging off the side.
Cheryl! And I'll try and get to my feet.
And we'll cut to Collette.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Great. I need to remember exactly where we were. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. So we were just talking about whether we could trust Sam.
Oof. But what a great segue.
Yeah. But at this point, I think I was being examined, and I really want a blood test. So,
okay.
How's that going?
Right. So she's drawing your blood. You got to make a sand roll to get through the blood draw.
Sure. Needles are not my friend. That's borderline. Let me find my. Oh, that's a fail. And you can't burn luck on sanity, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. And you take a point of sanity damage or sand damage as the needle goes into your skin, and you remember this injection. You're not having a flashback to that moment, but you see your blood going into the syringe, and it's really unnerving for you, right? Like, it would make sense.
So I guess as the needle punctures my skin, my whole body would probably jerk just a bit. I don't know what that would do to the blood draw, unfortunately.
Yeah, we might even you go faint for just a moment.
Okay.
She brings you back. She finishes the blood draw from the exterior. You would see you go faint, and then she finishes the blood draw, and then she's putting a cool rag on your forehead as you come to, and she's offering you a glass of water. Are you okay?
What happened?
Lulu? Lulu, are you okay?
Yeah, I think so. What? Did I pass out?
You did.
How long?
How long? Just a few seconds.
Being unconscious would. I hate to ask for a sand roll, but that's gonna be a trigger. I mean, that would be a bigger trigger than the needle.
Okay, then. Oh, true. All right, take 2 points on top of that, then.
2 points on top of the one?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
We'll put you at 3.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So glad I pointed that out to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Just being honest.
And you start shaking considerably, and she's going to put a blanket around you and say, I'm going to have to take this to the back and run it. Would you like Ellen to come in with you, or would you like to go sit with your friend?
I'll just go out. I'll go out and sit with Buddy.
Okay. And she calls, Ellen! And Ellen comes around the corner, and Buddy, you would hear her calling for Ellen, right? Yep. And she says, Ellen, can you take Lulu back to the waiting room and keep an arm under her? I don't want her slipping and hitting her head on anything. And so
I'm fine. I kind of just try to push Ellen away a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't want to be helped.
Right. And she says, Lulu, I'm going to help you, but I need you to let us take care of you too. So please let Ellen walk you. There's no need for you to bump your head on anything or if you get faint. Nothing's going to happen right now. I'm just going to go check your blood.
I'm fine.
And Ellen looks back at the doctor and kind of shrugs, and she just basically kind of acts like a support, or she's spotting you essentially. So if you were to fall, she would catch you, but she's not going to touch you.
Good.
And so you Buddy, you see a very shaky Collette coming back into the room.
Yep. So Buddy would have stood up when Ellen walked out. So seeing them come in, he would sort of rush over and say, "Are you okay, Miss Collette?
I'm fine.
What happened?
I'm fine.
Okay. Does she look fine? Like,
no.
she looks really pale. Right?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
All right.
Like
then
she just passed
he's
out.
gonna stand next to her and walk next to her. He's not gonna touch her, but he's walking just in case there's a in case something happens, he can catch.
Okay.
So I'm just going to walk back to the seats where we were sitting before.
Yeah, the couch.
The couch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the couch.
Okay.
And while I'm out there, I will tell Buddy, I don't know if you want to play it in conversation or not, because we just did it. So everybody listening knows.
Mm-hmm.
But I would tell Buddy about the conversation and stress the fact that I don't know why, but I feel like we can trust her. I haven't really trusted anyone but you and Eddy since before I came here. But I don't know. She
Okay. Well, I trust you, so I guess that means that I would trust her too, because I think you have pretty good judgment about that. And we have heard from some other people
I have
that
good judgment about that because I trusted you and Eddy and
well,
no
yeah,
one else.
and I mean, I trust Eddy, and I guess I trust me, so I think that makes sense. And I think your judgment of Mr. Wagoneer is probably pretty good too. So, he's while he seems like he's trying, might not be right on it all the time. So, it seems like you know what you're talking about. So,
She did say he means well.
Who?
For what it's
Dr. Gardner
worth.
said that Sam means well.
Yeah, he recommended her, and I asked her because I need to know who I'm dealing with, and I don't know. She kind of laughed.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
But she didn't seem to. I mean, we talked about the facility and about some of the things there, and her anger was palpable. I think if she really knew something bad about Sam, she probably would have said it.
Well, that's good. And she did seem to know him?
Yeah. Yeah. She said everybody knows Sam.
Interesting. I guess he did get mentioned a couple times in our interviews. Is Ellen within earshot?
Yeah, because she helped escort. Yeah.
Okay, I won't say what I was going to say. So do you know how long it's going to be? What are we waiting for now? Are you ready to go?
I don't know. I guess I'll look at Ellen and say, because is she still there with? She's still there with us. She's just hanging out over us. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you know how long a blood test takes? Do you know how long I should wait?
Well, if she was going to send it off, it'd be a few days. But if she took it back to look at it under the microscope, maybe she'll be back in a little bit.
She said she was going into the back room. I guess that might be where the microscope is.
Give her 10 or 15 minutes and maybe she'll be back.
Thank you.
And on that, we'll cut over to Sam.
Oh, Sam.
So Amos, go inside right now, Amos. Go inside, and I need you to go to your room and don't leave for a minute. I need to figure out what happened.
What's wrong?
Here.
What's wrong, Dad?
I don't know. Something happened. I need to figure out what's happening here. Just promise me you're going to go inside right now, Amos.
She doesn't look right, Dad.
Amos, please go inside, son. I'm going to go take care of your mother.
All right. And so he runs in and he slams the door behind him. There's kind of a huge rattling bang that further unsettles Sam.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I just bite down, grip my teeth, and even give myself like a slap or two, and I take a step over or two towards the bench. I go, Cheryl.
This part will be not safe for Scott. So if anybody's listening.
Oh, fuck.
So as you raise up and look, Cheryl's back is up and her face is towards you, and she's bleeding out of the nostrils like she was in in your mustard gas vision.
What? And Cheryl? Cheryl?
What are you doing? Describe to me what you're doing.
At this point, I'm trying to can you paint it just a little bit more in terms of she's like
so
off the porch?
She's laying across the bench.
Oh, okay.
Her back, essentially, her back is up and her head is twisted around completely, and so her head is facing up.
Oh, her head is facing up, as in backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that answers that.
Oh, you can't fix
Um,
that.
oh no. And I look down at my hands. Um are my hands bloodied?
There's no blood on your hands.
And I look at her head. I mean, do I see bruising?
There's just like blood coming out of her nostrils, or like not flowing, but like
And I do I oh no. Um
are you
oh
looking at her? Are you like
I'm trying
close?
to look at her. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
trying to see sort of is there like can I figure out what happened or I'm
So are
looking
you
at her
like
neck?
are you like leaning
Yeah.
over and looking at her?
Yeah.
Okay. And her arms fly up and grab you. Her eyeballs disappear into the back of her head, and she says to you, "You didn't leave a cow out."
Oh fuck! Shit! Who is this? Who? I'm sorry. I thought we put the cows out. I'm sorry. Don't say this is real. This isn't real. And I start slapping myself.
And you can't because your hands are locked down by your side, and you can feel the cold metal underneath you as you're staring up at a bright light, and you feel something being inserted under your ribs
Oh god.
repeatedly.
Oh. Oh fuck. And I'm trying to scream. Can I scream or does anything come out? Is it sort of like when I had the mustard gas and I couldn't scream, but is
Yes.
that probably
Yeah.
pretty similar? Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's this intensely, it's not a sound, it's almost inside your head, which squelches all the noise coming out of your body. And it says to you, leave the cow out.
And I mean, I don't know if I can speak, I would say, but just in my mind, it would be this just overwhelming. You can have them all. Just take them. Just give me Cheryl. Give me my family. Let us be.
And and all of a sudden you see Cheryl's face, and she's shaking you, and she's saying, have all of what? What are you talking about, Sam? Have all of what?
Cheryl, and I grab her and I said, "Did you put a cow out?"
You left one before you left today, or the other day.
But I did. I did.
Yeah.
I just are you okay? You're
Sam?
okay.
Sam,
And I give
are
her a
we?
hug. And I just give her a big hug, like just like the biggest embrace like since
And she pushes you at the chest. She says, I don't know what's the matter with you. Are we going to this new Bloodstone or not?
we're going, but we need to make sure the cows are good, and I'm gonna go talk to our neighbors, make sure that they're able to put the cows out because we need to have the cows out every night. But we can go. I'd love to go, and I think it would be a wonderful opportunity for us to have
And
a
the camera zooms out. If we're imagining this, the camera zooms out with you sitting on the porch, and Cheryl kind of shaking you, and then Amos in the background falling off of his bicycle, like it just falls over and lands in the pavement.
Is his head facing the right way?
I did. You did take your eight.
Ooh.
You did take your 8 points of sanity damage, right?
I did, and to be fair, I took another how many earlier in that same day. So
Okay.
was it two
No,
or three?
we're good. I think I put you through enough.
Okay.
I feel like I lost some sanity damage listening to that. That was terrifying.
I
Me
was
too.
fucking. I have not been genuinely scared playing this game
Yep.
until that moment.
That
Yep.
that was fucking
serious.
freaky, Michael. That was really, really good. Wow.
We'll cut back to Collette and Buddy as Dr. Gardner comes out. And she says, Collette, you want to come back here and we can talk some more?
Yes. Buddy, I'll be right back.
Okay. Buddy obviously stood up when she came in.
Oh, she wouldn't say Collette. She would say Lulu. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Right.
good call.
Yeah, Lulu. I don't know what to tell you except you're just as healthy as I can tell. There doesn't seem to be anything foreign in your blood. There doesn't seem to be anything about you that would give me any concerns.
I guess I should be relieved. This is all so strange. What about the pregnancy?
I mean, I know you were, but I can't give you any answers as to whether the baby you had survived or not.
You can't tell me anything.
I wish I could.
She'll just shrug and look. I can't think of the word. Essentially, very hopeless. Like doesn't know where to go next, and just say, "I don't even trust my own body."
I understand.
But thank you. I mean, thank you. Thank you for looking. Thank you for your time.
And so I would assume, Collette, you're going to grab Buddy and y'all are going to exit the doctor's office.
Yes.
All right.
And are we going back to the hotel?
I would assume.
Okay. When back in the room, Buddy wants to open an envelope.
Okay. And I think we can start next episode with that.
Perfect. That is going to do it for us. Until next time, you can find us at underthelibrary.com. Don't forget to check out our other show. It's called Up Your RPG and can be found wherever you get your podcasts. With that, for me, for Michael, for Rick, and for Emily, and for the absent Scott and Wayne, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you next time under the library.